Kia ora Star Wars fans, welcome to Middle Aged Kiwi Man collecting Star Wars figures. I had an awesome time in the weekend catching up with the SWTVC boys in my live stream. Evan, John, Tyler and Lewis, thank you so much guys for joining me for a chat. It was really cool to chat with you guys. Thank you to everybody who was able to join live and support it. It was really cool, and everyone who's watched afterwards, I really appreciate your support. It was a good fun chat. Those guys are in the middle of March Madness. I've talked about my March Madness top 25. I might put those up as well. But in this video, I just want to make the case for a new Grand Moff Tarkin in the Vintage Collection. Now, because it is just a slight retool, it's not really eligible to put in on your top 25 for March Madness, but I want to make the case for why we need that figure anyway, so come check it out. We're going to have a look at some of the Grand Moff Tarkin figures that have been made over the years, and we're going to start with the OG. So this is the first Grand Moff Tarkin figure that was ever made. It was made in Power of the Force 2, so sort of mid-90s, 95, 96, something like that. You can see he suffers a little bit from the He-Man syndrome of that era, especially around his legs and the stance of his legs. He doesn't actually stand up, which is why I've got him on a stand. He's got pretty chunky hands. He's 5 POA, which you'll know is not okay. So his head swivels, he's got swivel shoulders, and he's got swivel hips, and that's about it. Likeness is actually not too bad for that era. So, and check it out, Tyler. Looks like he's got the correct rank badge and correct number of code cylinders on each side of his tunic, 2 on each side. We'll bring in the next one that they made. So this is from one of the comic packs, which explains the really bizarre colouring. So it's an upgrade of sorts. The head sculpt is not too bad. Again, the colouring is weird though, because it's to match the comic. He has head on a ball. He's got, again, swivel shoulders. He's got swivel elbows, which means he can do that Imperial Officer kind of hands behind the back thing, but not much more than that. Swivel hips, no knees, and yeah, again, that really odd colouring. But he is an upgrade of sorts. And then we're getting into the Vintage Collection one, and yeah, here it is. So this is 10 or 12 years old now. Again, the likeness is not bad. A different head sculpt on all of these figures, but they've just gone a bit weird with his uniform. It's an olive green instead of a grey, and then they've tried to do a mixture of soft goods. So at least he can sit, but it just really doesn't look good. It looks like a skirt. Again, an upgrade. He's got balls at the shoulders, he's got a ball at the head like the previous one. He's got ball hinges at the elbows, I think that's what it's called. Looks like he's just got swivel at the wrists, and he's just got swivel at the hips. They're kind of on an awkward angle as well, so he doesn't actually sit that straight. Ball hinge at the knees, and then he's got a rudimentary ankle joint. So this is what I'm talking about. He needs an upgrade. Now, I haven't included the retro figure because I don't collect retro, and this video is not about retro. So those are all the Tarkins that we've got so far. This is the current TVC card, and this image comes courtesy of bantherskull.com, the greatest website in the world. So I've just brought in the Admiral Piet figure because this is what they should use for an all-new Tarkin. You can see actually he's a little bit taller. This new body is taller. It is definitely more of a grey than this olive green. What they've done with these soft goods is just used a more pliable plastic so he can sit. So it's pretty cool. Got the newest style hip joints as well, so a lot more movement. He's got rocker ankles. Yeah, he's got all the articulation you need. Perhaps the only thing is that his elbow doesn't bend much more than 90 degrees. Take the cap off. The rank badges there are the same. You can see it's got 6 blues at the top, 3 reds and 3 golds underneath, 2 code cylinders on each side. This Admiral Piet figure has 6/6 red over blue, and he has 2 code cylinders on one side and 1 code cylinder on the other side, but that's not an issue for Hasbro. The way they've been tooling these officers, they can mix and match the number of code cylinders and the rank badges appropriately. The head doesn't fit on because it's a different size. Come into focus. Don't focus on my hands, focus on his head. There we go. completely different colour and it doesn't stay on because that ball is a different size. I think they should do an all new head sculpt anyway. So all Hasbro really needs to do is fix the code cylinders, fix the rank badge, which we know they can do, and do an all new head sculpt of Grand Moff Tarkin and perhaps put him on a different card. Now this vintage collection concept card art comes from Blue Harvester Collector from Instagram, so just a big shout out to Blue Harvester Collector for allowing me to use his image. I really appreciate it, and what stunning work it is as well. Made it this far, thank you so much for watching, and a couple of special thank yous. Thank you to my mate Jamie who sold me the vintage collection Grand Moff Tarkin figure so I was able to make this video. Thank you to Blue Harvester Collector again on Instagram for allowing me to use his image. And thanks as always to Chris at Bantha Skull for allowing me to use his image also. Anyway, let me know in the comments below, do you think we need an all-new TVC Tarkin and what card should it be on? Thanks again for watching. Ka kite, and I'll see you on another video.